What could be the biggest illusion of our time? Think for just 1 minute, only 1 minute, about the person you consider the hardest working in your entire life. It could be your father, who has been grinding in the same office for the last 30 years. It could be your friend who locked himself in a room for 5 years of his youth preparing for a government job. Or maybe it's you, walking into the office at 9 a.m., listening to your boss yell at you, doing extra work, skipping lunch breaks, coming home exhausted at night, thinking only one thing: if I just work a little harder, my destiny will change. Now listen to a bitter truth. Is the person you consider the hardest working actually the richest? Do they have the most power? Does society respect them the most? Or have they simply become a replaceable part of a machine? A cog that can be swapped out at any time? If hard work alone were the key to success, then the Uber driver or the brick-carrying laborer would be the richest person in the country. But that's not the reality. And that's the biggest lie you've been fed since childhood, by schools, movies, and even your parents. From childhood, we're taught that work hard and you'll get results. Memorize textbooks in school and you will get a job. Do overtime in offices and you will get promoted. We're told hard work is a virtue, a moral quality. But if you open your eyes and look at the real world, not the one shown in movies, but the one where office politics exist, where relatives judge you based on your status, you'll realize that hard work is not the path to success. It's a deeply designed system to keep you poor and powerless. Today's topic may feel uncomfortable. The good person inside you might feel irritated hearing this, but it's necessary. Because today we're talking about the man who explained the true meaning of power to the world, Niccolo Machiavelli. Machiavelli said centuries ago that the world is not how it should be, it is how it actually is. And the reality is those who work the hardest often become slaves to those who think the most. If you come from a middle-class family, fear controls you. Fear of taking risks. Fear of saying no to your boss. Fear of what will people say? And because of this fear, you choose the path that feels safest, the path of hard work. You believe that if you keep your head down and work without questioning, one day you'll be rewarded. But Machiavelli's philosophy shows you a different mirror. He says there are two kinds of people in the world: those who swing the axe and those who decide where the axe will be swung. History proves this. Money and power always belong to the decision makers, not the laborers. In the next few minutes, I'll tell you the rules no school or college ever taught you. I'll explain why your hard work is destroying you, why your boss will never promote you as long as you only work, and how you can move from a labor class mindset to a ruler class mindset. If you fully understand this video, tomorrow when you walk into the office, not only will your work style change, your entire outlook on life will change. First, let's break the illusion that hard work equals greatness. Here are a few questions. What does society need to function? What do companies need to grow? What do the rich need to become richer? They need people who don't question, employees who quietly work 9 to 6, people so afraid of EMIs and loans that they never threaten to quit. Think about it. If everyone became a king, who would be the slaves? So a system was created, a culture where exhaustion is glorified. You've seen people proudly say, "Bro, I worked 14 hours today, no time to breathe." Do you think they're praising themselves? No. They're proving their slavery without even realizing it. When you brag about your hard work, you're telling the world, "Look how good of a slave I am." You don't look powerful, you look useful. And remember, useful things are used, and when they wear out, they're thrown away without a second guess. In The Prince, Machiavelli said something profound, that people are controlled not by goodness or hard work, but by influence and necessity. In Renaissance-era Italy, the most powerful people weren't breaking stones under the sun. They were sitting in palaces deciding where those stones would be placed. They didn't work hard, They understood leverage. And the same is true in today's corporate world. Look at your office. The guy who does the most work, clears the most files. Does he get promoted? Tell me. Or is it the guy who works less but knows what to say, when to say it, how to present in meetings, how to massage the boss's ego? You can call him a bootlicker, a politician. You can complain about him at home. But the promotion will go to him. You'll stay in the same chair, with more work. Why? Because you were too busy working to understand the real game. Machiavelli said the lion isn't king because it hunts every day. If a lion chased mice all day, it would die of exhaustion. The lion is king because it knows when to stay calm and when to strike. But what were you taught? You teachers told you that rest is laziness. If you stop for even a moment, you'll fall behind. That fear is what the world exploits. Hard work is addictive. When you exhaust yourself, you feel a strange satisfaction. At least I did my part. The result is up to God. This is an escape, avoiding responsibility. Because thinking, planning, and strategizing are harder than physical labor. Carrying bricks is easy, but designing the building requires the mind. So now you may be asking, Sanju, should we stop working and sit at home? Absolutely not. Machiavelli doesn't say be lazy. He says be strategic. A laborer hits the wall 1,000 times. An engineer finds the weak spot and hits once. Hard work is swinging blindly. Smart work is precision. But the middle-class mindset rejects this. We're taught shortcuts are wrong. Office politics are dirty. But the office is a chessboard. If you refuse to play, the game won't stop. You'll just become a pawn. Effort is a resource, like fuel. Waste it everywhere, and when the real opportunity comes, your tank will be empty. A person who's always busy has no time to become rich. A person who always says, "Yes, boss," loses the value of their yes. Machiavelli taught us that reduce your availability. What's common loses value. If you're always available, you're like potatoes. Rare things are gold, and be a gold. Now I'll explain the framework. Rules drawn from Machiavelli, applied to the modern world. They may sound harsh, but apply them, and you'll see people respect you more with less effort. First rule is the law of appearance. People judge with their eyes, not their minds. You may hear it multiple times that what's visible sells. 2 employees. Thomas arrives at 9, works quietly, eats at his desk, leaves at 6 p.m. On the other hand, John arrives at 10, jokes loudly, lunches with the boss, sends a file exactly when the boss is leaving. Now tell me, who looks hardworking? John. While Thomas is invisible. Work doesn't speak, you must speak for it. Second rule, the curse of competence. If you're too good at something, you'll be punished with more work. This is why strategic incompetence matters. Don't excel at tasks that don't advance your promotion or income. So let me give you a military lesson. General Helmuth von Moltke categorized soldiers into 4 types. Lazy and stupid, ignore them. Hard-working and stupid, fire them immediately, they're dangerous. Hard-working and smart, make them officers. Smart and lazy, make them generals. Why? Because they find the simplest path to victory. The third rule, hide your intentions. Announcing plans gives false dopamine and alerts enemies. A wise person uses mystery as a weapon. Fourth rule, dependency. Don't make people love you, make them depend on you. Loyalty has no currency in corporations. Leverage does. Rockefeller didn't drill oil. He controlled railways and refineries. The entire industry depended on him. Be the railway and be the refinery. Fifth rule, alliances. Decisions aren't made in meeting rooms. They're made over tea. Networks beat lone geniuses. Sixth rule, the morality trap. Being nice in a ruthless environment guarantees destruction. Sometimes you must fight for credit. The game is already set. Either learn it and become a player, or hate it and become a toy. The choice is yours. A worker asks, "How much can I work today?" A king asks, "How much impact can I create?" The Ford factory story proves leverage. $1 for making a mark, $999 for knowing where to make it. The gladiator bleeds. The king decides with a thumb. Choose the throne, not the arena. Real power is silence, scarcity, withdrawal, and mystery. So here are 3 final lessons. Stop chasing validation. Control emotions. Understand written and unwritten rules. Machiavelli doesn't ask you to be evil. He asks you to be armed. You are not an employee. You are the CEO of You Limited. So now, comment below. I choose leverage over labor. History doesn't remember the hardest workers. It remembers those who changed the world with their minds. See you in the next amazing video.